So log in. What you'll do is type in the specimen number as it appears in Vista. That will now enable the checklist to be selected. So let's go to breast invasive carcinoma resection. Complex checklist, lengthier, but the required fields are red circles. You have to complete this in order to submit it. So when not all the required questions have been answered, an alert will pop up. Okay, that goes a long way in ensuring the completeness. I can imagine that you have some incomplete cases, cases that aren't standardized, they don't look the same. So this will help you along in those ways. You very simply go through and start making selections, and the software advances itself very quickly. Here we'll calculate the Nottingham score. It's a very fast calculation, easy calculation, the 3 components. You see the overall grade is a grade 2. Here, I'm going to make a mistake on purpose. I'm going to say the greatest dimension is 4, and then the additional dimension, I'll say is 5. And when I do that, you can see an alert pops up and says the additional dimension cannot be greater than the greatest dimension. So I'll click OK through that. I'll put in my response. And if you know, the PT has been calculated for us. I said the greatest dimension was 4, and between 1 and 5 millimeters is a PT1A. We could do the same for the lymph node section as well. Here, I want to show you some conditional branching. We're not going to present any information that's not required for the pathologist to see. So we have 9 required remaining fields. So if I say skin is not present, that's going to drop to 8. But let me go back and say skin is present. Look what happens. It jumps to 10 because now we have to answer these 2 required skin sections, which I'll do here. All right. There's a counter that tells you how many required fields are remaining. All right, so you know when you're almost through. So we'll say no lymph nodes for the sake of time. When I do that, you'll see that it calculates the PN for me. It's a PNX. I said lymph nodes cannot be assessed. We're at TNM descriptors. Distant Mets, not applicable. Let's preview the synoptic report. Okay. While I'm doing that, I'm going to pull up Microsoft Word really quickly. So here's the synoptic report. Okay. We go back to the synoptic report. I should have had that open. I apologize. So here's the synoptic report. It tells you exactly what release is being used, so you know what staging algorithm is incorporated, and you can paste it right into the data section and then sign the case out in Vista. And that's simply it. One other thing to point out, every checklist has a link to bring you to the CAP website for the relevant protocol. So really nice reference material that's included. If we were in a prostate, this would bring up the prostate checklist. So that's eFRM.